5, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm experiencing 1.8 Gs right now, which means I weigh about 1.8 times what I normally would. I've been instructed to keep my head front and center to avoid nausea. But all this is about to change because this is the European Space Agency's zero-G flight. Those are students doing research. This is Neil, who's here for my safety, and we're about to go into free fall. Whoa! Whoa! And here's the confusing thing. We are still going up right now. That camera is stabilized to the actual horizon, and it's not until 10 seconds into our 20-second parabola, into our maneuver, that we clip the apex and start heading back down towards the ground. And here we go, 1.8 Gs. Oh.
In this special aircraft, we divide the three axes, pitch, roll and thrust, and each pilot fly one axis. So in every other aircraft, one pilot flies the three axes and the other one manage the system, talk to the radio and so on. To fly parabolas, we need to fly only one axis by one pilot. We try to avoid any turbulence. Every turbulence is a nightmare for us.
The two control sticks, just like any plane, are completely locked together, so they always move at the same time. So one of the pilots is using effectively elastic bands on either side of his stick so that he doesn't affect the axis of the other pilot. One of them does the pitch, the other one does the roll, whilst trying not to upset the pitch.
In 1971, the Apollo 15 astronauts tested something on the moon. The idea that all objects, no matter their weight, fall at the same speed if there's no air. They used a hammer and a feather, and they landed at the same time.
How about that?
But the weird thing is that if that astronaut had thrown that hammer, it would still have been in free fall from the moment it left his glove to the moment it hit the ground. The only pull on it is from the gravity of the moon. The maths work out the same no matter what speed or direction it's going relative to us. That's what we just did here. If it sounds weird, sure, but we just proved it. We're about to prove it again.
Every 5 parabolas or 10 parabolas, we change to maintain the best accuracy of the parabolas, especially on the pitch axis, because it's the most demanding flying techniques. So after 5 or 10 parabolas, you are so tired and you have to go on another less demanding axis.
3, 2,
This parabolic maneuver isn't the normal kind of thing that you do in an Airbus, and the software in this plane hasn't been modified because to do so would be a huge effort to requalify it. So with the normal software, you have the normal alarm saying, this doesn't seem like a very good idea, guys. And one of the pilots that isn't too busy on the other two axes is turning off the alarms that we don't need to worry about and keeping track of the ones that we might need to worry about.
Injection.
So those pilots are keeping us on the exact path that an object would take if you hurled it into the sky at hundreds of kilometers an hour and there was no air. They're giving us this little protected bubble of zero-G to fly around it. There is no terminal velocity here, only the design limitations of the plane, and we're going to hit those pretty soon, along with something else, because when you're descending this fast towards the ground, the Earth approaches pretty quickly. Thank you, Neil. If you're a master's or PhD student from an ESA member state and you want to be one of the people back there, then have a look at the Fly Your Thesis program. The link is in the description. Thank you, Neil.
30.
I got it, we're good. And down. Oh!